Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I am Mish Love. I've lost 80 pounds. I've been able to keep it off for 3 years now. And in today's video, I'm going to share some of my recipes that help me lose the weight and maintain the weight off. And like always, let's get right into the video. It is a 3-day meal prep. So let's get right into it. So for breakfast, we're going to make chocolate chip baked oats. I eat this for breakfast and sometimes for snacks too because it's so good. I'm going to put the ingredients for every meal on the screen, but we're going to do 2 cups of oats. I know you see one, but it's going to be 2 cups of oats. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1 mashed ripe banana. The blacker the sweeter. And then you're going to add all that to the bowl. Now we're going to add 1 cup of milk, whatever milk you choose. I'm a almond milk girly. I love almond milk. So now we're going to do 1.5 cup of maple syrup. You can choose any sweetener of your choice, and you actually can do less if you want. But for me, oats are only good when they are actually sweet, and it's just perfect with that amount for me. But you can do less and choose any sweetener that you want. We're going to mix in the ingredients up really well. Then we're going to add some more oats. This is where our second cup of oats come in at, and we're going to mix that up really well. And as you see, it still has like a lot of liquid to it. So we're going to add some chia seeds, and the chia seeds is going to soak up some of that liquid. And then we're going to set it to the side for about 15 to 20 minutes. You don't want the chia seeds to soak it up completely, which it's not, but you don't want it to soak up the liquid completely because you don't want it to be dry. So we're going to set it to the side for about 20 minutes to soak it up. And this is what it's going to look like. As you see, it is a lot thicker, and this is what we want. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees, and you're going to cook this for about 15 to 25 minutes. You're going to check on it at 15 minutes. You're going to stick a fork in the middle, just like how you would do a cake. And when you take the fork out and there's no liquid on it, it's ready. So you're pretty much just baking it just like how you will bake a cake, and make sure that the oat cake mixture it is completely evened out. So I added some chocolate chips in the mixture and also on top as well. And now we're going to bake it, and this is how it's going to come out. Oats does come out chewy, so if you don't like that chewy texture, blend your oats first. Same recipe, just with blended oats, and it's so good. For lunch is a chicken Caesar pasta salad, and the pasta noodles are chickpea noodles, which are very high in protein. So the protein on this meal is so high. Now we're gonna do romaine lettuce. I like to cut it in half first, just to make the lettuce a lot smaller because I don't like really big lettuce in my salad. So we're just going to wash it with water and vinegar, and then we're going to cut it up really small. I like to use a salad spinner to get rid of some of that excess water, and it works so well. Now, when it comes to your chicken, this is optional, but I do like to poke holes in my chicken to allow, the seasoning to really get inside of the chicken. I also like to marinate my chicken for 24 hours. If you can't marinate it for 24 hours, at least give it about an hour, maybe 15 minutes, but 24 hours just allow the seasoning to really get in the chicken, and it's so good. I purchased this chicken thinly sliced. Normally, I will get a full chicken breast, put parchment paper over it, and use a meat tenderizer to even it out completely. It just comes out way more juicier, so I don't suggest you guys make it thin. Just even the chicken out because, like I said, it's more juicier. You're going to cook the chicken for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. Now, if you're going to do a whole chicken breast, I do cover it when I'm cooking it to help it really get heat inside of the chicken to make sure it's completely cooked, but that's optional. So just about 4 to 5 minutes on each side, set it to the side and let it rest. Cook your favorite bacon. This is turkey bacon, 5 slices. I chopped that up, and this is 3 chicken breasts. Now we're gonna add our protein pasta. You can do regular pasta, but protein pasta is just gonna give you even more protein and some healthy carbs as well. Now add your lettuce. I do eye everything, so I just make sure everything is like an equal amount. So when I mix it, I don't have too much chicken or too much lettuce. Everything is just like evenly across. We're gonna do some Parmesan cheese. We're gonna grate that. Now I'm a light cheese girly, but if you want to do more cheese, you can add more cheese. And then we're going to mix it up really well. Once you're done mixing, see if there's anything else you want to add. I want to add a little bit more cheese and a little bit more lettuce before I add my dressing. Now, when it comes to the dressing, you can make it from scratch if you want, or you can do a store-bought dressing. I'll put the one that I did on the screen. When I go look for my dressings, I look for the ones with the best ingredients. Now, do not drown your salads. Less is more. Remember, you can always add more, but you cannot take away. So just mix it up really well. I made enough for about 3 days. I'm going to put them in these glass containers that I got from Amazon. The link will be in the description. And it's about 35 grams of protein per container. So it's like you cannot beat that. Remember, we want a high protein diet. Now let's go to dinner. This salmon was, when I tell you guys, it's so fire. This blackened salmon is just, it's so good. So let's get right into it. So of course I'm going to poke holes in my salmon. When I tell you guys, I used to not like salmon because I used to just season it and then just cook it. No, if you really want to like salmon, marinate your salmon and poke holes in your salmon. And this is the only seasoning that I'm going to use. We're going to season this really good and we're going to make sure every angle of this salmon is completely seasoned. Now you can skip marinating it, but if you really want to like this meal, please marinate your salmon. Cook the salmon on medium heat, and if you marinated the salmon overnight or was in the refrigerator, make sure you let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes before you actually cook it. One thing I like to do when I'm placing my salmon down is making sure that it is completely flat, and then I'm going to cover it for about 3 to 4 minutes, depending on how thick it is. These were a little thick. Now we're going to get to the asparagus. When I cook my asparagus, I like my asparagus to be crunchy and not soggy. So I'm going to do it on high heat, light oil, and I'm going to season it with salt and pepper. And that's it. We're going to let that char some while we go back over to our salmon. And as you can see, like the salmon is pretty cooked on the side. Now we're going to flip it over, cover it again, and let it cook for another 3 to 4 minutes. Now, a tip for the salmon, if you're going to meal prep it, do not overcook your salmon, because remember, when you meal prep it, you have to warm it up and it's going to cook a little bit more in the microwave. You only want to warm it up for about a minute and a half. So undercook your salmon a little bit, especially if you are going to meal prep. Now, this part, adding the butter, this is Kerrygold butter. This is optional, but I do like to glaze it a little bit with the butter. Now, this is only an extra 100 calories, and I'm okay with that. 100% okay. And when I tell you guys, it came out so fire. I was in love. So the snack is going to be a mango yogurt chia pudding. I also like to use this as a dip, where I dip my apples into it. And when I tell you, it's just, it's so good. So we're going to start off with the chia pudding. So I'll put the measurements on the screen. So we're going to add our almond milk, and then we're going to blend the almond milk and the mangoes together for that extra mango taste. Now you don't have to, but please blend your mango. And then we're going to add it to the glass container, and we're going to add our chia seeds and allow it to soak for 24 hours. And then we're going to also add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, because for me, in order for me to lose weight properly and keep it off, it has to be sweet. I cannot do just fruit sweet. I need a little bit of maple syrup as well. We're going to mix that up really well, and we're going to let it sit in the refrigerator for around about 2 hours so the chia seeds can bloom, and that's when you're going to get all the really good benefits of the chia seeds. Now, this is what it's going to look like. Now we need some protein. We're using the chia seeds for fiber, the mango for fiber. The chia seeds does have protein, but we want to keep all of our snacks to be high protein and high fiber. So we're going to add some yogurt. I do my yogurt. I go based off what I know that I eat daily. And this is about 3 tablespoons of yogurt. Well, it looks like it's more than that. But now we're going to add some maple syrup, because like I said, I need my stuff to be sweet. It's not overly sweet, but plain Greek yogurt, it's so nasty and I stand on it. So we're going to mix that up really well. That's just 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, and we're going to mix that up really well. And then we're going to do some chia seeds pudding on top of that, and that is about a half a cup each. And we're going to mix it up really well, and that's it. The glass cups I did get from Amazon, I will link that as well. And like I said, I love using this as an apple dip. I will chop up some apples and I will just stick my apple in there, scoop it up, and when I tell y'all, it's so good. Also, the yogurt that I use, it once you open it, it only lasts for 7 days. So be mindful of that if you're going to use that yogurt. I also drink a collagen fruit smoothie every day to make sure my skin stays hydrated on the journey of losing weight. So if you haven't heard about collagen, please look it up because it's amazing for your skin. And that is it for this video. I pray these meals help you on your journey as it did for me. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And if this video helped you, make sure you guys put a heart in the comments so I can know it helped you. And if you tried the meals, come back and give us an honest review, a very honest review. And if you're not following me on my other social medias, make sure you guys are subscribed or following me on those as well. And once again, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video because there's so much more to come.